Hello, everybody. Again, welcome to Anatomy Physiology. This is for project number 2, just a little help video here. This project I have actually altered. I did not like the one that they did, and it actually was a lot longer than this one. So hopefully you enjoy it. What this one is I this is one I've used in my classroom. I've really enjoyed it, and I thought the kids really liked it, so I'm hoping you guys like it as well. This lab was made for groups. However, since you guys don't have groups, you do not need to do it as groups. You can do this individually. Um, so this part right up here, um, you will need to work in groups of 4 for this lab. Just don't worry about that. Okay, you do not need it, and so just don't worry about that. So these things right here, just do you're pretty much all of those. Okay, the one thing you will need is a jump rope. Okay, they're dollar at the dollar store if you don't have one. There's also some alternatives that I can show you there as well that will not require jump rope if you don't want a jump rope. You'll need a stopwatch, which is on your cell phone or a computer or whatever, and then a pencil and paper for taking notes. Right here are the basic steps that you'll do here. This lab, what you're going to be looking at is breathing rate and heart rate, and how do they correlate to each other. Okay, and to do this, you will do several things. First of all, you'll need to measure your heart rate, and it kind of explains how to do that. I find the best place for me is right up on the neck. However, you can find it right there on the wrist as well. And then you're also going to measure breathing rate, and you'll do that for 30 seconds and just count how many times you breathe in and out. And you'll just keep track of that. So you'll need to either download this document, make a copy in your Google Drive, or you can even just print this sucker out and fill it out and then just scan it and send it back into me. Okay, but I will need to have this document for full points for this project. And basically, it just goes through there. You'll do a low intensity test and a high intensity test. To do that, you will do some jump ropes and different types of exercises. You do not need to do jump rope. If you can think of another exercise that you want to do, you can do that. If you want to do push-ups or sit-ups or run in place or do some lunges, whatever that is, to get your heart rate going. Okay, so you're going to get a little bit of exercise in this project as well. Anyways, you'll fill this puppy out right here, doing your baseline tests, and then your low and high intensity with the average of the baselines. You need to make sure you graph this and graph it accurately. It'll tell you how to do that as well. Pretty simple there. And then here are a few questions that I want you to answer. And very similar to the discussions, this needs to be in CER format. So claim, evidence, and reasoning. And your evidence should be referring to your graph or your table to answer those questions. Okay, so these questions are pretty simple, such as what effect does exercise have on breathing rate, on your pulse rate? So just answer those. Is there a correlation? So what did your data show? Was there a correlation between your breathing and pulse rates? And etc. Okay, pretty simple. This lab should not take very long, and it should get you up and moving, get off your bum a little bit, and you can get your heart rate going and see how healthy you are, and see the correlation between breathing rate and heart rate. All right. Hopefully this was helpful for you. And there was one thing that I did need to explain. This lab goes into a couple terms such as precision. Okay, and so just really quickly, what I wanted to talk about with this is not pertinent. It didn't teach you this, but precision is basically how close is your data from each other. So precision, how precise is that? So you have accuracy and precision. So how accurate actually is your data? But precision is looking at, for example, your two baselines. Let's say that you did a 30-second sample and you got a heart rate of 60, and then you did it again and you got a heart rate of 100. How close are those? Not very, okay? And so precision isn't very close, isn't very strong. And so you would be able to answer that right there. Okay, and so this question right here, maybe what you'll want to do is maybe get a couple, maybe get one of your brothers or sisters to do this with you. If you don't want to, though, just look at how precise were your two baseline tests. They wanted you to look at your group entirety, but just look at your own data there and see how good and close those two are from each other. All right. Alrighty there. And so what you'll do is you'll just submit that to me. I need to see that document in here or I will not grade it. And I'll just send you a thing back saying, hey, I don't see the document. And so make sure you have this filled out and completed for me. Again, you can download this. And if you have some type of software that you can write over this, maybe in Paint or something, I've seen people do it multiple ways. I know Adobe, it's kind of difficult to do it in Adobe unless you pay for their stuff. But if you have a printer, just print that sucker out. I've seen people on iPads, they will download it on their iPad and use an app. So there's several apps there that you can upload a PDF and write over it. So I'll leave that up to you guys. You guys are tech savvy enough to figure that out. But if you want to just be old school and easy, just print that sucker out and then just take a picture with it, scan it back in, and submit it that way. All right. Well, if you have any questions, send me an email or IM, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks.